What is up, Guardians? JB here, bringing you another Destiny 2 video. Today, we're going to review the auto rifle, 600 RPM archetype, duty bound. So this is the auto rifle that you get from the Nightfall this week. I did the Nightfall about 15 times, I think, before it dropped. So it's not too bad of a grind. So I went through the Crucible a little bit with it. I ran through some PvE content with it, and I want to give you my thoughts. So first off, let's talk about some stats. So again, it's a 600 RPM archetype with a base range of 42, but with ricochet rounds and the red dot and masterwork, you can get it all the way up to 60, which puts it above the Ghost Primus, I believe. Ghost Primus is around the mid-50s, something like that. So that's really good right there. It's got really good stability as well. The stability on this gun is incredible. It's very, very accurate. It's a nice little headshot machine. Handling is great. Reload speed's great. Magazine of 41. These are really good stats across the board. Pretty even stats. Now over here, of course, you have two sight options. Of course, you have the fast draw sight, right, which gives you a little more handling, takes away from range. Then you have your red dot. Now, this is the one you want to use right here, okay? Because this gives you a greater increase in range and a smaller increase in handling. Okay, this is the one you want right here. Now, I did some testing, and although Accurized Rounds says it gives you more range on paper and takes away from stability, you actually get greater range with ricochet rounds. So always run ricochet rounds on this gun because you don't get as much range with Accurized Rounds, and you also lose some stability. So I did the test with this, and the damage fall off was faster with the Accurized Rounds. You were able to maintain more damage from a longer range with the ricochet rounds, and as long as you stay under somewhere around or under 30 meters, that once you pass 30 meters, the damage drop off is noticeable. So you want to stay before that, preferably around 25 meters, but anywhere between 20 and 30 is where this gun is going to shine. Okay, and also, of course, you definitely want to get Rampage. Now you can use Zen Moment if you want to have extra increases of stability, so that's fine if that's your thing. But man, it's hard to pass up Rampage. I mean, I was easily hitting 3 times stacks when using it, so it hits for a lot. It's pretty hard with that too. So Rampage is definitely one of the pluses of this gun. I definitely was looking for a 600 archetype gun with Rampage and ricochet rounds. We have one. It's called the Gallard 42. But that gun I don't know. On paper, it's supposed to be good, but it's just not. I mean, it's not a great gun. So these stats on this gun is much better. Okay? So, yeah. So this gun is an absolute monster in PvE. It's a great, great gun. The Rampage just makes all the difference. And the archetype of weapon it is, when you're clearing up ads, you can really stack up that Rampage and do some serious damage. I had a lot of fun using it, on the ads. The range is okay, the range is decent, try to stay around 30 meters, 40 tops, but 30 is, anything between 20 and 30 is pretty good. That's where you want to be at. I think around 25 is your maximum sweet spot range there, which is great, so it can really shred when you start racking up the stacks into the Rampage. So definitely shines right there. I noticed in PvP, I don't know, that archetype is not as competitive in PvP as I wish it was. I wish they were just, I don't know, if you could lower the time to kill a little bit on the gun maybe, or something like that. There's no reason to use this archetype over something else, especially in the kinetic slot. I kind of wish this was an energy slot gun because, it's hard to pass up a new city, an Antiope if that's your thing, a Dire Promise. It's hard to give up the energy slot, or Relentless, or B-Wing if you want to cheese it, if you need Bungie to give you a crutch, if you need a gun like that, something like that, So it's hard to give up that slot for this kind of gun. But I could see, it's nice to have it if you have something in the energy slot that you want to use, maybe a Last Perdition, Last Hope, SMG. So, I played a little bit with PvP on it, not as much as I'd like right now because it's probably 3 in the morning right now. So I'll have to give it a little more time before I give it a PvP stamp of approval. But as far as PvE goes, it is an outstanding gun. I look forward to using it. It reminds me a lot of the Monte Carlo from Destiny 1 with the blade on it, and yeah, so look forward to that. I may do an update on it when it comes to PvP. I do think it's decent in PvP. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great if you're running with a team. Like if you got a 4 stack or an Iron Man or 6 stack that you're running with, this gun is going to be great. But if you're running solo or something like that, I don't recommend it. But still, this is a great gun either way. So let me know in the comments section how you guys feel about it. I'm interested to see. Let me know how long it took you to get it. I'm curious to see how many times you ran the Nightfall to get this gun. Like I said, I ran mine about 15, I think, times, and I got it. I had a friend who got it in 2 tries, so I wanted still trying to get it after about that many runs. So I'm just really curious to see what the drop rates are for you guys. But yeah, all right, guys. I really look forward to the expansion coming out. I look forward to bringing out more content to that. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this gun, especially in PvP, because I haven't had as much time with it yet. But I look forward to making more content. As always, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you later. So overall, I'd give this weapon in PvE an 8 out of 10, and in PvP a 6 out of 10, and I'll explain. So for the pros, the perks are outstanding. Great perks: ricochet rounds, Zen moment, rampage, can't go wrong. Decent range for its archetype, which it does have. Consider the rest of them, this does have pretty good range. Excellent stats across the board, pretty even stats, decent stability, at least on the PC. Decent reload, decent handling, so everything there is pretty even. That's really good. Now for the cons, it doesn't have the best single target DPS before Rampage kicks in, so that's something to take into consideration. Rampage itself doesn't last very long. It really doesn't. You can get, like, on thralls and stuff like that, you can get a good 3-stack Rampage going, but once you reload, the perk's over, so it's kind of hard to utilize that for very long. Another con is there are much better options for PvP. It's hard to give this a kinetic slot option there when you have things like the Dire Promise, Relentless, Better Devils, New City, Antiope, things like that, especially considering the Antiope has the same range as this gun, unfortunately, because the Antiope is still broken. So, it's kind of hard to give that up. That thing has kill clip. So there are better options for PvP. Last con, I feel this archetype should have a slightly higher time to kill. I really do. It's a 600 RPM gun. I feel like it could have a slightly higher time to kill. I don't see a reason to use this over an SMG. I don't see a reason to use it over a 450 archetype gun. So I don't think 600 RPMs are in a good spot. I do think they need a slightly higher TTK. Now, if you notice, I've got the asterisk there. I want to spend more time with this weapon in PvP. I do. I didn't get much time. I'm making this review in the middle of the night or early in the morning, so to speak. So I really didn't get much time with that, okay? So I'd love to just play with it a little longer and see how I feel about it. But like I said, PvP, 8 out of 10. It's a good ad-clearing weapon. PvP, 6 out of 10. If you're bored, use it. And the only other con I can think of is the shaders. Honestly, the gun is not that pretty. The design is cool. I really like the design, but the shaders are just fugly. The best shader is the Callus one, but other than that, the rest of them are just ugly. But yeah, there you have it, guys. Let me know how you feel about it. Thanks. Bye.